This is episode 101 of the QC Step podcast, and we're going to do kind of a big picture topic this week. Since it's episode 101, we're calling this episode Job Search 101. We're going to lay a foundation for your job search, so let's get started. Before we dive into things here with this week's topic, I would like to explain what the title of the topic means. The title is Job Search 101, and here's what that means. Some of you that will be attending college next year will realize that 101 is the first class that you take in a particular subject. If you don't need any remedial classes, then your first English class in college is usually called English 101. So when you hear 101, it usually means the basics of that topic, or laying the groundwork, the foundation, so that you can build up to more advanced levels. So that's what we're going to do on this episode. We're going to lay the groundwork in Job Search 101. The first thing that we're going to cover in Job Search 101 is organization. You need to be organized in your job search. And being organized in your job search means a lot of different things. It means being organized with the information that you need for an application. Whether you save the information on your previous work experiences and references on your phone, or if you have that information on a master application or a pocket resume, the important thing is to be organized with it. If you need a master application, you can print one off at qcstep.com/master application. The next thing you need to do to get organized is to get organized with your interview clothes. First off, you should dress for an interview if you need to turn in a job application in person. First impressions mean a lot, and if you look messy or unprofessional when you turn in a job application, your appearance will probably stick in the hiring manager's mind when they're going through the applications and they're deciding who they want to interview for the open position. The reason that I say you need to get organized with your clothes when you start the job search is because you never know when you could get a call for a job interview, and you never know how short of notice they could give you for that interview. You should have your interview clothes hanging in your closet and ready when you apply for the job. When you turn it in, they may ask you to come back later in that day for an interview. They might call you while you're at school and leave a voicemail and ask you to come in that afternoon or that evening for an interview. That doesn't give you a lot of time to go shopping or to go through your clothes and pick out an outfit. You will take a lot of stress out of the interview if you have your clothes picked out ahead of time. So those are two big ways to be organized. Have the information you'll need for an application and have your interview outfit ready before you even apply. The next thing to cover here in Job Search 101 is preparation and practice. Getting job interviews is tough, and that's why you should apply with as many businesses as you can, and you should be prepared and practice job interviews. And that means being prepared with knowing what you want an interviewer to learn about you during the interview. What are your strengths? Is it your people skills, your work experience, your attendance and your punctuality at school? Why should that business hire you? And those are the things that you want to bring up and you want to work into your answers in an interview. I was recently at an IEP meeting, and the student was really nervous about interviews and having the right answers to the questions in interviews, and I told them, don't worry about having the right answers. In an interview, they're not looking for the right answers, they're looking for the right person. They want to get to know you, and you need to show them your personality and your strengths. Now, that's not to say that answers don't matter at all, but an interviewer is going to remember your personality, not the answers to those individual questions that they ask you. But you should prepare yourself with answers to the common questions that you might face in an interview. So what are common interview questions? Well, to find out, I would suggest going back to episode number 82 of our podcast, which is titled Common interview questions. See how easy we make this for you? Anyway, practice your answers to those questions, and you can really never get too much practice in interviews. Practice with your friends, your family, your teachers, anyone that will practice with you. And you don't have to do like a full-blown practice interview. As you're applying with jobs and you're turning in applications, have your teacher ask you one question that you might face in an interview. Give your answer, get their feedback on your answer, and then go home and have someone else ask you that same question. The next day, do the same thing, but have your teacher ask you a different question. The more you practice and the more people you practice with, the more comfortable you will get with your answers and the better that you will do when you're in a real job interview. And there's more that we could include in this Job Search 101 topic, but I'm going to mention one more thing here real quick. Before you apply for jobs, make sure that your voicemail is appropriate. Don't have it play music. Don't have it be something goofy to make your friends laugh. And also, I would suggest having your voice on your voicemail. You can, often have the machine voice. It's probably default when you get your phone, but I think it's a real good idea to have your voice on there. And if you're applying for jobs, I would keep it real short and simple and something like, "Hi, you've reached Corey. I'm not available to answer my phone right now, but leave a message and I will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you." The person calling you for an interview has heard your voice. They've gotten a little sample of your personality and they're starting to build a connection with you, and that helps you with the interview. So that is the end of Job Search 101. Those are the basics, the fundamentals, the foundation. And these are the things that are pretty easy to do, and they will make a huge difference in your job search. As we wrap up episode 101, I wanted to take a second to speak to you seniors. But if you're not a senior, don't ignore what I'm about to say, because what I tell the seniors right now is what you will need to realize during your senior year. And the earlier in your senior year that you do what I'm about to say, the better off you're going to be. So seniors, the year flew by. Graduation is just around the corner. Some of you are finished with school as early as next Friday. So here we are, right before graduation, and I would guess a good number of you are realizing that the real world is at your doorstep. It's knocking at the door, and you can't ignore the knocking anymore. It's not going to go away. You've probably started to identify the things that you could have and should have done to prepare yourself for this transition from high school to life after high school. And now is when you realize that you should have tried harder to get a job. We went over 100 reasons to work last week, but the big one that we mentioned at the end is that when you're in high school, you have teachers and you have QC Step staff to help you get a job. You will never have more assistance in the job search than you had while you're in high school. So those of you that are juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, don't let yourself be in the position that some of the seniors are in right now. Take advantage of all of the extra help that you have to get work experience and all the extra help that you have to get a job. So if you're a senior, while you've let an opportunity get past you, it's not a lost cause, but you don't have one more day to delay or to procrastinate. If you're not working a competitive employer-paid job in the community right now, you need to be doing everything you can to make that happen. The first thing you should do is to pick up as many applications as possible. Don't think you can apply with one business and just get that job. Right now, you need to blanket the entire area with applications. The next thing you need to do is to contact Gary and Carrie, which you can do through your STEP teachers, your co-op teachers, or you can contact them through our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can email info@qcstep.com. Let them know that you're looking for a job and let them look over your applications or help you fill out those applications. Let them help you prepare for interviews by giving you some sample questions and some general interview tips. Gary and Carrie work until the first week of June. Once they are done for the school year, your support goes from 5 available people, Don, Cindy, Gary, Carrie, and myself, down to just 2, Don and Cindy. And because school isn't in session, there's no quick and easy way to meet with you. So at that point, if you need assistance, you'll need to travel to our office. So that's the message I want to give you seniors. Now, if you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, don't put yourself in that position where you procrastinate and you avoid work. Use the rest of this school year and all of next school year to put yourself into a position to transition out of high school successfully with employment. You can use Don and Cindy for assistance with your job search over the summer too, even if you're an underclassman. And the best way to contact them for employment help is by calling 309-796-2500. That's our office phone number. So that does it for episode number 101, and we will be back next week on the QC Step podcast.